Hey guys, I don't have a lot of information on this case. I was going to bring this as a breaking case and did some research this morning, and they did end up finding this young boy. And this is just another sad but odd case, and I'm going to point out the oddities of this case, and this is not to be offensive or anything like that. It's just saying, something's just doesn't feel right with this case. A 5-year-old boy with autism found dead in Coos County after being missing for 3 days. Joshua McCoy's 5 years old. He's been missing since Saturday, November 9th. And this is a report out of Portland, Oregon. A 5-year-old boy with autism missing since Saturday from his home in Coos County was found dead less than 2 miles from his home on Tuesday. It is with immense sadness that we have to report that missing Joshua McCoy has been found deceased, Coos County Sheriff announced on Facebook. Here is the exact post from Coos County Sheriff's Office. It's with immense sadness that we have to report that missing Joshua McCoy has been found deceased. Joshua has been missing since the late evening of Saturday, November 9th, 2024. Joshua was reported to North Coos Dispatch via third party at 6:27 p.m. At approximately 6:45, first responders arrived on the scene. Soon after, it was discovered the child had a cell phone, and a phone ping of the phone was conducted. The information related to the phone ping did not provide any fruitful information. Several deputies began a search of the property while investigating the allegations of Joshua being picked up by a known family member, which was later found not to be factual. An attempt to locate was sent out to all surrounding agencies. On Sunday, November 10th, deputies continued to search the property and surrounding areas, along with several volunteers from Coos County Search and Rescue, including canine units, ground and drone operators. A pond on the property was drained and nothing of interest was located. During Sunday's search, additional resources were requested from neighboring counties in southern Oregon and northern California. Law enforcement remained on scene until the following crews arrived in the morning to continue the investigation. At approximately 6 a.m. on Monday, November 11th, deputies and SAR volunteers continued the search and rescue operation. Several members of local fire departments arrived to assist in the search. Additional COR SAR assistance was requested for the next day, which consisted of search and rescue members from several counties within Oregon and California. On Tuesday, November 12th, the search continued with help from our federal partners, local search and rescue, along with COR SAR. COR SAR is providing additional search and rescue members from California and from several counties within Oregon. Today, around 12:30 p.m., Joshua was discovered deceased, found approximately 1.6 miles straight line distance northwest from the child's residence and almost 2 miles by road. The investigation is ongoing and no additional information is available or will be released at this time. The areas that have been searched have been very thorough and methodical due to the circumstances behind the disappearance. We have had an amazing support from the community in feeding all of these volunteers. Thank you to the department and agencies assisting Coos County Sheriff's Office, Homeland Security, FBI, OSP, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Bandon PD, MPPD, Coos Bay PD, Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, all 7 COR SAR counties, Charleston Fire, NB Fire, Coquille Fire, MP Fire, and Ambulance, among others. So there's the official post. Again, this is interesting The straight line, 1.6 miles, if anybody knows anything about autistic children, they do follow a straight line. So I wanted to make sure that you understood the statistics of these as well. It does appear that this child may have walked out of the home, taking mommy's cell phone. The line would make sense, but again, an hour to make the call, a 4-hour nap, or other observations that might be critical in this investigation. His mother reported Joshua missing Saturday evening. Officials said she and Joshua took a nap at their home on Stage Road in Hauser around 1 p.m., and when she woke up at 5:30 p.m., he was missing. The first call to authorities was at 6:27 p.m., and the first searchers arrived at 6:45 p.m. Investigators learned Joshua had a cell phone, but a ping did not provide any fruitful information. The surrounding areas were searched beginning Saturday. Allegations that Joshua was picked up by a family member was later found not to be factual. Search efforts intensified Sunday morning utilizing drones, crews using real-time GPS tracking. On Monday, more than 60 ground personnel, aerial support, and canine resources from COR, SAR, a collaborative search and rescue effort between 7 Oregon and California counties, continued the search, according to the sheriff's office. Federal personnel joined the search Tuesday with COR, SAR, providing members from California and several other Oregon counties. Officials say Joshua was found dead on Tuesday at 12:30 p.m., approximately 1.6 miles from his home. The investigation is ongoing and no additional information will be released at this time. So as I told you, I was going to go over this and just give you some things that I'm noticing right off the bat related to this case, okay? And again, not to be offensive, I'm not stating that anybody is potentially responsible because we don't know very much information, and it sounds like this is an ongoing investigation, which is one of the key words that I don't like. The investigation is ongoing and no additional information will be released at this time. I don't like when law enforcement states that, because usually you hear that he was found like in a water pond, and the family's being surrounded by family and friends at this time, things of that nature. That's not what I'm seeing here. Also, a couple key factors comes at the very beginning of this article, and it states that him and his mother went to sleep for a nap at around 1 p.m., but woke up at 5:30, some 4.5 hours later. That's a pretty darn long nap. The next thing that doesn't sit right with me, unfortunately, is the first call to authorities almost even an hour later. This is a 5-year-old child that's autistic, and it took over an hour to make that first 911 call. Now, again, I've just read exactly what you read. I really don't have an opinion about this case right now. These were just a few things that just popped off the page to me. And so I wanted to make sure that I did explain that. There could be more here. This could just be a tragic, the tragic death of a 5-year-old that elopes and ran off. One of the things that gives me promise is the child had a cell phone. So again, to be fair, and on this same vein, is that the child did have a cell phone with that child. So it's very plausible that the child was sleeping with the mother. Maybe the mother was just exhausted, woke up, was playing with her phone, got out of the house, and next thing you know, usually when a child's found, especially of this age, and they're deceased, they're in a pool of water and like a pond or a lake, typically. And this is not the case that we're hearing for this child. So I have a lot of mixed feelings about this, just on the surface level, but I will be monitoring and letting you guys know if there's anything that you need to be concerned about. This is Joshua McCoy, a missing 5-year-old boy that was found 1.6 miles away from his home, deceased. Please keep his memories and thoughts in your prayers. We would just like to send out to the McCoys condolences about their son. This is a tragic, tragic loss, and I pray for you and your family. God bless.